Have you ever felt like you needed a little boost to help things flow smoother in your everyday life? Maybe a small push from the universe to help you feel more in sync and lucky throughout the day? Om Shri Matre Namaha. Hello my divine viewers, hope you all are doing well. Welcome to Vedic Dream Meaning. Thank you for joining me today. In this video, we are going to look into how you could use your birth star to feel more aligned, more focused, and maybe more in tune with your higher purpose, or even ready to step into your own greatness or make all your manifestations get carried by the divine timing. A reminder of who you are and where your strengths lie. In Vedic astrology, our JANMA NAKSHATRA or birth star plays a huge role in shaping our mind and personality. And you might already be aware that interestingly, each of these 27 nakshatras come with a unique symbol or pattern. And keeping that symbol close to you or with you, or keeping them in a close proximity where you keep seeing them, actually helps bring clarity, strength, and even success in your life. Let's think of it this way. Your birth star is actually like a blueprint of your brain. It influences how you think, react, and even make decisions. So when you keep the symbol of your nakshatra near you, say on your keychain, in your bag, or even as your phone wallpaper, you're reconnecting with that natural energy. So this is a smart way to stay aligned with your core self. Still not convinced with this ancient secret? Okay, then let's take a couple of examples so that you can understand how powerful this idea can be. As you'll all may know, Lord Rama, whose birth star was Punarpoosam, always carried a bow and arrow, which is also the symbol of the star Punarpoosam. He never parted from it, and with that very bow and arrow, he defeated Ravana and restored Dharma. His entire journey was supported by staying in tune with this nakshatra's power. Now let's take another example. Lord Krishna was born under Rohini Nakshatra, which is symbolized by the chariot. He took the role of a charioteer or Parthasarathi in the Mahabharata war, and Krishna guided Arjuna and helped the Pandavas achieve victory. Once again, the connection to the nakshatra symbol is very clear here. Now let's take another example. According to the ancient scriptures, Goddess Lakshmi was born under the influence of Pushya Nakshatra. This nakshatra is symbolized by cow. Hence, you will see Goddess Lakshmi and the connection between cow and milk products. Hope these examples have given you some clarity on this topic. Now that we have seen how Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, and Ma Lakshmi stayed deeply connected to the symbols of their Janma Nakshatra, it's clear that they hold a deeper message. Similarly, by aligning with your own nakshatra symbols, although you may not be able to get the sudden power of gods, we can still draw strength and clarity. Keeping these symbols along with you in your day-to-day life, or even carrying them with you, acts as a subtle reminder of your true nature and higher purpose. Even a small connection can bring focus, resilience, and the kind of quiet victories that will shape a meaningful life for you. Okay, if you're enjoying the information on this channel so far, let me know. Comment your birth star name and share your thoughts. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any updates from our channel. In today's busy world, we often lose touch with ourselves. But by keeping these nakshatra symbols close, maybe as part of your jewelry, wallet, bag, or even as your phone case or wallpaper, you stay mentally connected to your natural energy. It's like a quiet inner reminder to your higher purpose, especially helpful when planetary transits or challenges arise. So these symbols can support mental clarity, emotional balance, and even give you spiritual strength. Now let's have a look at each of these 27 nakshatras and their symbols. The nakshatra Ashwini is ruled by the Ashwini Kumaras. It represents speed and quickness and supports success in new undertakings. It is symbolized by the horse's head, which represents speed, healing, and energy. You may keep a horse or a horse head as a symbol in the form of a keychain or artifacts or art, decor, etc. Bharani Nakshatra is ruled by Yamadeva. It's a bright and energetic star that gives a person many unique qualities and talents. It is symbolized by Yoni, which represents feminine energy. If your Janma Nakshatra is Bharani, then you may keep a triangle, a lit lamp or deepa, or even a well-cleaned mud stove as your symbol. At this point in time, traditional mud stoves may not be commonly used, but whichever type of stove you do use, it is important that it is regularly cleaned, properly wiped down and treated with a sense of respect. The Krittika Nakshatra is a fiery star and is ruled by the deity Agni. It helps the individuals quickly break free from harmful habits and grants them exceptional skills in organization and coordination. It is symbolized by sword, representing the sharp nature, focus and protection. If your Janma Nakshatra is Krittika, you may keep the symbol of a sword in the form of a tiny keychain, or also seen some people wearing this in form of the jewelry as well. Rohini Nakshatra is ruled by Lord Brahma, and if you are born under this star, you tend to be highly expressive and possess a vibrant personality. You have the ability to carry out any task or role with perfection. As discussed in the examples at the beginning of the video, the star is symbolized by a chariot, which represents guidance. If Rohini is your Janma Nakshatra, then you may keep a small chariot in the form of a decor piece or art at your home. Or if you're already aware of the rituals, then keeping Sri Chakram for you will be highly beneficial. Mrigashira is ruled by the Chandradeva. It is symbolized by deer's head, representing curiosity, adaptability, and a seeker of knowledge. If Mrigashira is your Janma Nakshatra, you may use deer's head as your symbol. It's quite easy to find deer-related crafts and artworks. Also, any kind of deer-printed t-shirts can be worn as they are common these days. Tiruvadare Nakshatram is a transformative star and is ruled by Rudra Devata. People with this star are very strong and curious. This nakshatra is blessed with Lord Shiva's blessings. Hence, it is symbolized by the Rudraksha bead or the third eye, which represents and stands for spiritual awareness. If your Janma Nakshatra is Tiruvadare, then you may keep a Rudraksha bead in the form of a Japamala or as a chain with you. If this is not possible, then just keeping Lord Shiva's photo or a tiny idol of Shiva with you will be helpful. The Punarpoosam Nakshatra is ruled by Adi Shakti. It is famously known for being the birth star of Lord Rama. As we already discussed in the examples at the beginning of the video, the star is symbolized by bow and arrow, which represents determination, justice and focus. So if Punarpoosam is your Janma Nakshatra, then you may keep a picture of bow and arrow or a keychain with this symbol. The Poosam Nakshatra is ruled by Brihaspati. It is believed that goddess Lakshmi was born in this star. It is symbolized by the cow, and if Poosam is your Janma Nakshatra, then you may keep a statue of Kamadhenu that represents nourishment, because the term Pushya itself means to nourish or to nurture. You can also keep Valamburi Shankha if you have it at home. That represents a connection between Lord Vishnu and Ma Lakshmi. I will put up a picture of Valamburi Shankha for those of you who are not aware of it. The Ayilyam Nakshatra is ruled by the serpents. It is symbolized by snake or Adisesha that represents intuition, healing and transformation. If Ayilyam is your Janma Nakshatra, then you may keep a symbol of a serpent or Adisesha picture with you. Or if you have already been to the Kukke Subramanya temple in Karnataka, so this is a temple which is dedicated to Lord Subramanya, who is also known as Kartikeya, and he is worshipped here as the Lord of all serpents. So if you have been to this temple, you would have received the Mritika Prasada, which is the soil, and it can be kept along with you as a symbol as well. For Magham Nakshatra, it is believed that ancestors known as Pitris rule this nakshatra. It is symbolized by the crown, which is represented by royalty, ancestors and leadership. So if you're born in this Magham Nakshatra, you can try to donate a crown or a mukutam to the temples as a spiritual remedy, and it will prove highly beneficial to you. The Pooram Nakshatra blesses the individuals with a gentle heart, deep empathy and strong devotion. People who are born under the star are often recognized for their caring spirit and sincere dedication. It is symbolized by Andal Nachya or eyes, which represents devotion, grace and love. So if Pooram is your Janma Nakshatra, then you can keep Andal Nachya's photo along with you as a symbol. The Uthiram Nakshatra is ruled by the sun, and the deity of this nakshatra is Aryaman. It is symbolized by Lord Ayyappa or the temple pillars that represent discipline, support and dharma. So if Uthiram is your Janma Nakshatra, so keeping a photo of Lord Ayyappa at home and worshipping will prove beneficial for you. The Hastham Nakshatra is governed by Savitur Devata. This nakshatra is symbolized by Perumal's blessing hand, which represents protection and divine help. If Hastham is your Janma Nakshatra, then keeping a small idol of Lord Vishnu in blessing posture or a picture will enhance your skills, communication and adaptability in you. The Chithirai Nakshatra is ruled by Vishwakarma. This nakshatra is symbolized by pearl or tiger's eye, which represents beauty, wisdom and inner strength. So if Chithirai Nakshatra is your Janma Nakshatra, you may keep along with you or wear the pearls in the form of a jewelry, or you can even wear a jewelry made of tiger's eye stone. Swathi Nakshatra is ruled by Vayu Devata. It gives warmth, empathy and significant influence in your social circles. People born under Swathi Nakshatra are admired for their generous nature and they have a very impactful presence in the community. This nakshatra is symbolized by the flame of an agal vilakku, which is nothing but the traditional oil lamp, which is made of clay that we normally light during Diwali. So this represents light, independence and clarity. So if Swathi is your Janma Nakshatra, you may keep such mud lamps and light them as a regular practice at home. Vishakam Nakshatra is ruled by Lord Indragni. The ruling planet is Guru, and this nakshatra is symbolized by the mango leaf toran. The mango leaf toran represents auspiciousness and welcoming blessings. So if your Janma Nakshatra is Vishakam, then try to decorate your door with mango leaves toran. Anusham Nakshatra is ruled by Mitra. It is symbolized by lotus. The lotus reflects the qualities of Mitra and blesses Anuradha Nakshatra with the ability to remain calm, composed and kind even when it's surrounded by negativity or challenges. It's also about spiritual blossoming, a journey where Anuradha natives are naturally inclined towards, often combining devotion, loyalty and emotional depth. So the lotus flower here stands for purity and divine connection. So you already know if Anusham is your Janma Nakshatra, then keeping a lotus flower pond in your garden or even using lotus flowers for worshipping gods would be helpful for you. The Jyeshtha Nakshatra is ruled by Indra. It is symbolized by a tick mark or Vajrayudham or even Vajravel. This represents the power, truth or focus. If Jyeshtha is your Janma Nakshatra, then keeping a tick mark symbol or a Vajrayudham or a Vajravel along with you always will prove beneficial for you. The Moola Nakshatra is ruled by the goddess of destruction, that is goddess Mahakali. Moola Nakshatra is associated with the end of life, which is an indication to the new beginning. It is also known as the root or the base. It is also believed to be the birth star of Lord Anjaneya. This Moola Nakshatra is symbolized by lion's tail, Veenai, which is an Indian musical instrument. These symbols represent control, knowledge and strength. Also, if you have noticed, Lord Anjaneya, who was born under this Moola Nakshatra, his weapon also resembles a lion's tail. The Puranam Nakshatra is ruled by the deity Jala, and this nakshatra is symbolized by elephant's tusks. So if Puranam is your Janma Nakshatra, then you may keep small elephant idols or even elephant in the form of keychains or even tusk-shaped pendants can be worn. The Uttiradam Nakshatra is ruled by Vishwadeva. It is symbolized by Lord Ganesha, who is the remover of obstacles and wisdom. If Uttiradam is your Janma Nakshatra, then you may keep a tiny murti of Ganapati Bappa along with you and carry it with you always as a symbol. The Tiruvonam or the Shravana Nakshatra is always blessed by Lord Vishnu's guidance. Therefore, it's symbolized by the footprints of Mahavishnu. The footprints represent humility and divine presence. So if Tiruvonam is your Janma Nakshatra, keeping Lord Vishnu's Padma Pada or lotus feet in your puja room will prove highly beneficial for you. The Dhanishra Nakshatra is ruled by the 8 Vasus that stand for the 8 elements like water, pole star, which is the unmoving star, earth, wind, fire, the sun, the sky, and the moon. It is symbolized by the Udukai, which is the tiny hourglass or 8-shaped drum that Lord Shiva uses. The Shiva's drum here represents rhythm, creation, and awakening. The Sadiyam Nakshatra is ruled by Varuna. This is simple because it's symbolized by a flower bouquet that represents celebration, sharing, and unity. So if your Janma Nakshatra is Sadiyam, you may keep a bunch of fresh flowers as decor at your home in places where you spend most of your time. The planetary ruler of Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra is Jupiter. It is symbolized by Lord Kubera, who represents wealth, protection, and success. So if your Janma Nakshatra is Purutadi, keeping a photo of Lord Kubera in the northeast as he rules the northeast direction, and also ensuring that the northeast direction of your home is clean and clutter-free, and maintaining good cleanliness and fragrance in this space will prove highly beneficial for you. The Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra is ruled by Ahir Budanya. It is symbolized by the Kamadhenu or the Kalpavriksha, which is a wish-fulfilling divine cow and a wish-fulfilling divine tree. Both these celestial beings are believed to have been created during the churning of the ocean or the Samudra Mantana. So if Uttiratadi is your Janma Nakshatra, keeping an art of this Kalpavriksha or Kamadhenu, or even in the small idol forms, nowadays you find a lot of Kamadhenu small idols and even Kalpavriksha in the form of idols at home will be auspicious symbols for you. The Revati Nakshatra is the 27th Nakshatra and is ruled by the deity Pushan, one of the 12 Adityas. So this star is associated with the things of physical beauty like music and jewelry. So usually the people born under this star are very soft-spoken and loving people, and it is symbolized by a pair of fishes. Now the fishes here represents flow, freedom, compassion. And Revati is the last nakshatra in the Vedic zodiac sign, which is the Pisces sign. So it is representing completion, transitions, and moksha, which is liberation. So similarly, fish are also associated with flow, fluidity, and intuition, which resonates with the Revati's gentle, giving, and a mystical energy. So if Revati is your Janma Nakshatra, keeping the fish symbol close to you, that is in the form of art or jewelry or even phone wallpaper, can help you stay aligned with your emotional depth, your intuition, and even your inner guidance. It reminds you to go with the flow, stay connected to your inner truth, and trust the path ahead, even if it's not visible, just like a fish in the water. Okay, I hope this video was useful in understanding how to understand the ancient secret behind your Janma Nakshatra or your birth star. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to show your support to our small channel. Namaskaram.